Hello, 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 and welcome to People Talk Now. I'm your host, Vanessa Herrera, and this is the show where you ask about it and I talk about it. And let's not forget, you guys, that we are constantly, it seems, constantly trying to change the pace out there on what people are calling better days. So yes, welcome, happy fucking Wednesday, if I have not said it already, which I don't think I have. And yes, welcome to People Talk Now. I'm the host, Vanessa Herrera. If you don't know, now you know. So yes, good. Oh my God, what's happening with my piercing? So good morning and welcome. So welcome to episode 51. If you're wondering what the hell is going on, Vanessa, what are you going to talk about today? I've been anxiously waiting for a week. Yeah. So I decided that for episode 51, I was going to talk about how to handle isolation, how to handle yourself in these times, basically, and what are things that you can do, or how you can handle being isolated, if you even are isolated. This is for you. Don't feel isolated. So I understand that during these times, it can be very easy for you to feel lonely, isolated, stressed, anxious. And you know, it could be a very weird time right now, because it is a fucking weird time. Let's be real.
Things are getting weird.
So on that note, I just wanted to share a couple things, just to kind of get your Wednesday morning started. So if you're sipping on your tea, if you're sipping on your coffee, if you're sipping on wine this early, it's none of my business. So yes, let's begin. With the first thing I want to say is be social, okay? Now, this may be a pandemic or whatever you want to classify it under, but the thing is that you could still be social, okay? Especially if you feel isolated. Feeling connected with other people is definitely a way for you to feel less isolated. So I would say, first of all, swap the term social distancing with physical distancing if you want, because you're not, just because you have to stay like 6 feet apart or whatever, it doesn't mean that you're like, physically not connected anymore. So, I would say, still get together with friends online. If you're still comfortable with being around each other, then do just that. But don't feel like as if you can't stay connected with people, and reach out to people online. Whether you haven't talked to them for a while, like reach out. It all starts with a simple
hello, that's it. Just starts with a simple hello.
Reach out to someone. And right now is like the perfect time. I mean, if you talk to people online, right now is a perfect time for you to just like,
hey, what's up?
Reach out to people. Don't be afraid. There's people that have been following me for years, and it's not up until recently, they shot me a friendly hello, and then you'd be surprised the kind of things that can happen by you breaking out of that comfort zone. And I know I've talked to you guys about this before, about breaking out of our comfort zones, but this seriously is one of those things. Pick up the phone, get in touch, send an email, pick up the phone, reach out through social media. We're living through a digital time. And so not only is it easier for us to get in touch with one another, but it's just, you don't even have to leave your home. Like, you could literally be in the comfort of your home and still have a FaceTime call with a loved one. You know what I mean? Especially if you haven't reached out to someone. You don't know the kind of impact that can make on a family member. If you just pick up the phone and say, hey, good morning, mom, or, good morning, brother, whatever, whoever, fill in the blank. And share your feelings with other people. And I understand, it's so hard sometimes to share your feelings because you don't want people to know how you're feeling, because it's either going to make you this, or that, right? I get it. I've been there, I used to be the type of person that I would not share my feelings because, get a little closer, because I thought, come on, get a little bit closer. You're still not close enough. I thought it made me soft. Yeah, but truth is that who gives a fuck? Like, Because essentially holding that stuff in, bottling all that in, anxiety, feeling lonely, isolation, not talking about it, that's going to make you sick. That's going to make you uncomfortable. So if you have family members or a close friend who is willing to talk to you and you can actually share those things with, guess what? You're going to feel better. You're going to feel less lonely. There's nothing wrong with it. Like, that's the thing. That's the fact that if you start thinking that there's actually something wrong with you feeling that, like, no, you don't have to feel that. And if you don't have anyone to reach out to and you're like, Vanessa, I don't have anyone to reach out to. Well, hello. What am I? Stick in the mud? Reach out to me, let me know. I constantly am dropping my email. No one is shooting me a paycheck here, I low key wish I was, but nobody's handing me a paycheck. I'm doing this because it makes me happy. It makes me feel good to help people out. So, have those kind of conversations with family members and friends and close friends or people whom you may consider close friends online. We're living in a digital era. Reach out to people and just say, hey, like, this is what I'm feeling. This is what I'm going through right now, and see what they can offer you, Who knows? You might be helping each other out. So definitely, even now, there's like literally social gatherings going on online, you guys. Like 10 years ago, 15 some odd years ago, come on, even 20 years ago, okay? When I was young, when I was a teenager, I would have never thought that things like this were going to be happening in the world that I'm living in. Like there could be virtual group parties. People are having Zoom meetings, you know what I mean? Like kids are going to school online, which is things that college students have already been doing for quite some time. You feel me? So it's just like we're advancing. Don't look at this like as a setback. Look at it as something that's gonna really help you to be stronger in the very, very near future. Number 2, guys, girls, women, men, everyone. Spend quality time with your family. Did I just spit right now? God damn, Vanessa. Oh my God, how embarrassing. Spend quality time with your family. Those are the kind of things that before this whole COVID and all the quarantine and all the goody goods, not so goody goods, you're like, I wish I had more time. I wish I had more time. And oh my goodness, this and that. Spend more time with your family, with your kids. Now with your kids home from school and college, students working from home, it's a unique chance to spend quality time with your family right now. Do activities that you usually wouldn't do, like, I don't know, play board games, do puzzles, bake together, have deep, relaxed conversations with one another while you have the opportunity right now. Start doing that kind of stuff. But again, it's a great opportunity right now, so you shouldn't look at it as this is, if anything, this is a time to spend more time with your family than you usually would have, because you're either working, you're at school, you're doing all these other things. So take advantage of that. Number 3, take a break from the news, okay? Please, I beg you to take a break from the news. The 24-hour news cycle can make your anxiety levels spike through the roof, okay? Give yourself a limit. Stick with what you need to know and what's happening in your community. Now, I'm not saying go and fucking crawl under a rock or anything. Vanessa's not suggesting that. I'm not saying that. So just stop. I see your face cringing right now. Stop. I get it. For the people that are watching me and you're over your 30s, like, I get it.
You're probably like, excuse me.
I get it. Try limiting your news intake to, 30 to 60 minutes a day, 1 or 2 updates a day. I don't know. Just these are some, if you're really a news freak, try limiting it by a lot. And that should be enough for you to be informed on what's going on, okay? You don't need to be plugged in 24/7 to the news power outage, Stick with 1 or 2 news reliable sources. And again, if you are the type of person that gets easily triggered, I would say quickly scroll through those things that trigger you, those headlines that trigger you photos that are triggered you, just scroll past it, but boom, bada bam, get out of there. And just read only what's relevant to you, what you need to know, and just get out. Get the info, get out. That's it. If you have trouble detaching yourself, if you're that type of person that's like, I don't know, Vanessa, I can't do that. I'm just like, my phone is like super glued to my forehead. Okay, that didn't stick. My phone is why is this not sticking? Super glued to my forehead type of vibe. Okay, I was trying to set an example. It failed miserably. But if you're that type of person, ask a friend, hey, you know what? Why don't you let me know, a trusted friend, what's going on in the news? Like, hit me up with a quick little message. I'm really trying to stay off my phone today. And just have them give you the little updates that you need, someone that you trust. Be like, hey, what's going on? Just let me know. Okay, cool, boom, but then you're out. You know what I mean? But don't be on there spending so much time stressing yourself out, feeling anxious, feeling lonely. Don't do none of that. Please, it's just not good for your health. Just no, don't. Number 4, change your mindset. Avoid thinking too much about the future or worst case scenarios. Please don't do that. I know some people that do that too much and it's just not good. Please don't do that. I used to do that a lot. I used to just be like, oh, but what if this, the what if? And there was just this big giant if, like right here. It's just not good for you. It can make you feel so anxious. It can make you just start thinking all these things, and then you're not living in the moment because you're just so far ahead. Stop forecasting, just your, anything that is triggering your anxiety. Instead of saying, I'll never recover, or this will never be over, start saying things like, tell yourself that you're going to make it through this, that this is only temporary, that this isn't something that's going to last forever. And when it is over, tell yourself things are going to be better. Stop thinking of things that have not happened yet. Try mindfulness. Watch videos. I always say this a lot.
I feel like I'm just like throwing it out there, like reeling it back.
And throwing it out there and reeling it back. Try meditation. Try yoga. Stretch your body. Get relaxed, There are plenty of downloadable apps that you can use. I've mentioned them a lot of times in previous videos. And you can go back on those, because I feel like I always talk about it, because I want to remind you guys, if you've forgotten, if you haven't got a chance to actually start doing any of those things. So try, downloading, practice gratitude. First of all, there's something so amazing about waking up and saying, man, like, I'm alive today. I'm so grateful that I'm here. Because if you start off with that feeling of gratitude instead of already going to something that didn't pan out for you, that's such a way of just like downing yourself. You already feel like those feelings of like loneliness, that feeling of anxiety, the feeling of just like, just pressure of all these things that you cannot control, that are outside of your control, will start weighing in, and you don't want that. As a matter of fact, I read up on a study that suggests finding something to be grateful for every day improves your mood, like by a lot. And so jot something down, like get a notebook, write it down on paper if you have to really quick, write it down in your notes on your phone if that is something that you do, and maybe, write down whatever it is, but write down whatever is going to make you up here in your head change that mindset, that it's going to make you start thinking about, feeling lonely or feeling depressed or feeling anxious, because all of those things, if you allow those things to get to you, those are the things that essentially will start making you feel lonely, will start making your brain work against you and start saying like, well, maybe I am lonely, or maybe blah, 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 blah. And it's not even the case half of the time, if not more, that's not even what it is, because your mind's working against you. And if you do feel lonely, know that you can reach out. You can reach out to me, you can reach out to family, to friends, but you got to take that first step. You can't start making these assumptions and saying like, oh, well, they don't want to talk to me, or this person, you don't know until you actually try. And if you find that you've tried and they actually didn't, they're like, I'm too busy during this time, that's hard to believe, reach out to me, you know what I mean? I'm here. Number 5, Get busy. Take advantage of the slower pace and the free time that you have right now, and try a new hobby, learn a new language, do something that gives you like a sense of purpose, something that gives you a sense of accomplishment, and take on anything that you feel like you've been putting off, okay? Because right now's the time. Right now's the time to, get to cleaning your house. If you're like, Vanessa, been there, done that, I fucking cleaned every nook and cranny of my house. I am sorry. I am so sorry. I feel bad. But, try working on your finances, which is something that I started doing. I'm like, hey, let's build up this credit. Let's start, stop fucking procrastinating and take this time instead of thinking of like, oh, I'm lonely, or I'm this, or I'm that, or letting that mindset set in. Start thinking of other things, of other ways that you can work on yourself. Finances is one of them. Work on your finances, build up your credit. Right now is the time. Think of ways. Look online. We're in a digital era, so now's the time that you can actually use the internet to fucking build you up. Try working on paperwork, maybe something that you've been putting off, but get busy. Number 6, go outdoors. Fresh air. Let me tell you, fresh air and exercise will help loneliness and stress. Why y'all think I works out so much? Because your girl needs to de-stress these bones, okay? Sometimes spending time in nature and exercise releases those feel-good chemicals that I be telling you guys in your brain to boost your mood. So take advantage of that. Get a little exercise. You don't need to do all the crazy shit that I be doing, although you're more than welcome to join me on my journey. I'd offer some of you guys reach out to me. If you're new, go follow me on my personal account, Poetic Soldier, at POETIKSOULDIER, and check out my motivation posts. I be on there trying to motivate people. So yes, take a walk if you can. You don't have to do the crazy shit that I do, but even a simple walk, it changes your perspective. It changes you, like, damn, like how could I feel lonely if like there is life around me, there is nature, things like the trees, the you feel the breeze on your face, whether it's hot, whether it's cold, you see insects, you see bees, life around you. It makes you think like, damn, I don't need to feel lonely, because I have myself, I'm breathing, I'm alive, I'm grateful. And so that helps you kind of change your mindset a little bit. You're like, okay, what am I doing? Why am I being like that? Like, what the hell's going on? And I get it. Sometimes it's deeper than that. Sometimes it's way, way deeper. So deep that maybe like you feel like you can't tell nobody. And like, I get it. I've been there. Like, there's times I don't want to tell people what I'm going through. I'm like, fuck off. I don't want you to know how I'm feeling, and that's okay. Like, understand that your feelings are very valid. So yes, take a walk if you can. Even if your state mandates that you stay home, you can go outside or your front porch, sit outside for a little while. Anywheres where you could see some sunlight, where you could see some nature, whatever it takes. You feel me? Number 7, help others, which is something that I love to do, because something about helping other people is definitely a way of feeling less lonely, especially in a world that everything seems to be very digital right now. And then the fact that we have, this COVID going on, whether you believe, whatever your beliefs are, whether you want to wear a mask or not, you know what I mean? I am like all for everybody's beliefs. So, helping others benefits everyone. So you help someone else and they're happy, like all that's going to reciprocate back to you. So, by giving support, you get a sense of control over your own life and a purpose. And that's really a good gratification for you to like not feel lonely, because you realize that you're not just trying to help yourself, but you're trying to help other people. And that's such an empowering feeling to have. It could be as simple as a phone call or a text saying like, how are you doing? Thinking of you. We'll get through this. Anything like that. And knowing someone's thinking of you does wonders. Like when you know that someone's like, hey, let me text such and such today. Like, it's such a good feeling. Like, imagine you doing that for someone else. Of course you're not going to feel lonely, because you know that you can reach out to someone, you can text someone and make someone's day better, and they're going to text you back and they're going to be happy about it. You know what I mean? So it's a really good feeling, and it sounds very cliche and very small to do, and you're like, oh, I do that anyway. But yeah, but it doesn't mean that you're really feeling it. You know what I mean? It doesn't really mean that you're really feeling less lonely. Like, you have to really work for it. You have to really not want to be. You want to have you need to want to have to get out of that mindset.
What the fuck did I just say?
But you want to get out of that mindset. My tongue is twisting. Deliver food to someone else. Help someone, who can't leave home. Maybe they're feeling sick. Drop some food off. Do something good. Find a local organization that's taking donations for maybe families who can't afford to be buying food and stuff because maybe they've lost their jobs during this time. Try to do an act of kindness that's gonna make you feel less lonely, because you're gonna know that you really helped someone out in these times. Because I guarantee you, when this is all said and done, we're gonna all remember this. This is part of history, and this, something that we're never gonna forget. So, definitely choose an act of kindness to help you get out of that isolation feeling, to help you feel less lonely. Number 8, take action. Do something about the things you have control over. So, that's kind of how I am. I choose to take action. I choose to, do things that I know that I can control, things that I have in front of me, things that I have access to. And something about that, keeping yourself busy, you realize, like, all right, there's no time to feel isolated. There's no time to feel alone. And so do what you can to stay safe and healthy, of course. Like, your health is always more important than anything, but make sure that you're following any guidelines, protecting yourself and others, of course. If you're worried about bills, be proactive. Call your credit card companies or the bank. Many businesses are offering flexible schedules or lower payments if that's something that you're like, I need to take action on this. I've been like putting this off. And just doing like things like that definitely, kind of will get you out of that mindset, Number 9, take care of yourself, which is something that I've talked about in previous podcasts. So obviously, your mental health is obviously like one of the most important things out there. So, sorry, just writing down something here. Now's the time to not slack off on your sleep. Get your exercise, get your diet right, and good self-care will offset any anxiety or any stress that you're feeling. Eat well, go for walks. If you can, get 6 to 8 hours of sleep if you can at night. Try deep breathing, stretching, meditation, yoga. Those are all parts of you taking care of yourself. Have a daily routine, which is something that I really love during this time, that I've made sure is that I made, like, exercise was always like one of my routines, but now I think more than ever, just making sure that that's the one thing that I do to take care of myself, which is like working out. I do that every day, like no matter what. Now you can set a certain time and you're like, this is my time. This is the time I have set to work on myself and feel better, because everybody knows, especially me, when someone asks me like, why do you work out? What is the one thing that motivates you to work out? First of all, I love having energy. I love having energy, and I don't like being tired. And when you're feeling tired, it is a lot easier for you and your mind to say, I feel isolated, I feel alone, I feel stressed, I feel anxiety right now. So the fact that if you're working out and you're getting your heart level going and you're feeling, those endorphins like all through your body, guess what? You're not going to feel those things. If anything, you're going to feel energized, you're going to feel motivated, you're going to feel happy, stress-free. And that's something that you should definitely strive to basically make part of your daily routine, because, I understand that some people don't like routines, but if the routine involves you feeling better, I have no doubt that you're going to want that to be part of your daily routine. Have a regular wake up and bedtime if you like, if that makes you feel better. Make time for exercise and relaxation, Not everything is like work, 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 work. You know what I mean? Number 10, get help. If you're having anxiety to the point where you feel like maybe talking to a loved one or a close friend is not cutting it for you, talk to a professional counselor that knows about these things. We have plenty of numbers and hotlines that you can call now. They offer phone or online sessions. You can also join an online group support. There's so many people out there who are also dealing with loneliness. There's so many people out there who are dealing with anxiety now. And it's like, even if you have a friend who goes through the same thing as you, reach out to them, talk to them, saying, you know what, look, I'm not handling this well right now, and how can I get through this? How are you getting through this? Like, talk to me about it. Again, and if you don't have, you don't feel that comfort to talk about that with your friends or your family, or even a counselor, you're like, I don't know what to do about that, then write it out on a piece of paper. And if you feel like you want to talk to me about it, reach out to me. I'm always up to talk to someone and let me know how you're feeling. Reach out to me at peopletalknow@hotmail.com, and I'll reach back to you. Don't feel afraid. Don't go through these feelings alone. You don't have to feel lonely. You don't have to feel anxiety or any of these things. So it's important that if you're the type of person who was dealing with anxiety before this whole COVID outbreak things, and your feelings of fear and panic are getting worse during this time, it's important that you reach out to family members, you reach out to a doctor, a therapist, if that's something that you do. But just make sure that you do it, because again, it all goes back to yourself, and your basically your health and your mental health is the most important thing that you will take care of ever. That's number one. That comes before anything. So that's something that you definitely need to keep into consideration. And number 11, try a new perspective. It's a unique situation, but understand that it's temporary. It's not going to be like this forever, and that's something that really helps me kind of just get through these times. Now that I have the kids here at home and they're doing online learning, and I have to try to juggle, family life with my creative career, I guess you could say, and then, just fitness, working on myself, and cooking and cleaning and all of these things, just understand that these things are only temporary, and these things are only making you stronger as a person. So don't look at it like, oh my God, this is the worst thing ever. Just try to change your mindset. Many people are on a slower timetable right now, and it's okay to kind of slower your pace too while everyone else is doing that. You don't have to be living in the fast lane, because I think that's what everybody was already doing. And, try basically putting your phone down, put it away, leave it at home. If you're lucky enough to still have to go to work, leave that shit at home. Don't take it with you. Don't cause yourself more stress. Don't cause yourself anything that, if that's something that's making you feel these emotions, feeling isolated, then leave it at home. Put it away for a day. Put it away for 24 hours. Put it away for half the day. Whatever amount is going to make you feel more in control of your thoughts and your mind and your emotions, then that's what you're going to have to do. So yes, those are 11 things that, pieces of advice that I felt could really help you and us, or anyone that a friend that is, maybe feeling isolated during these times. And I really hope that anything that I said here today really helped you think, and really helped you maybe feel less isolated, maybe less lonely, maybe made you think about some things. Even if you're not feeling isolated, maybe you're feeling anxiety, maybe you're feeling stressed about certain things, understand that you have control over your life. Anything outside of you does not control you. It all starts with you. It all starts with your mindset and the love that you have for yourself. And sometimes we may not all have that love for ourselves, but understand that there is ways that you can start building that love, that deep, deep rooted love inside of you that's dwelling in there, that's just waiting to come out. It's just waiting to come out and show the world, like, yo, what's up? I'm here. So yes, you guys, thank you so much. If you felt like anything helped you and that just got through to you today in today's show, please reach out to me at peopletalknow@hotmail.com. Let me know what you thought. Let me know if there's anything that you feel I could have done better, and I will answer you back. Don't be afraid. Or if you also want to reach out to me because today's episode really it made you think like, you know what, man, like I really do need to talk to someone, please reach out to me. I'm here for you. I'm here if you need to talk. Don't feel like you have nobody in your corner. I'm here. So yes, you guys, as always, you guys know that I like to leave every show with a joke and a word of the day, because I like you guys leaving my show with a little bit of laughter, a little bit of humor, because, we could all use that. We could all use, a little bit of jokes and stuff, and a new word to build up your vocab, because why not? This is something that I love. I love jokes. I love joking around. That's part of my personality. I hate being serious for too long. I'm a jokester. I've been like this all my life. Well, though I think I learned to turn my smart-ass remarks into jokes, because I've always been kind of a smart-ass. So yeah, definitely that's just something that I love to do. So let's get right into it. So let's go ahead and start with the joke of the day. So the joke of the day is called A Little Old Lady, and it's like a little story, but it's really funny. So a little old lady was walking down the street dragging 2 large plastic bags, garbage bags, behind her. One of the bags was ripped, and every once in a while a $20 bill would fall out into the sidewalk. Noticing this, a policeman stopped her and said, "Ma'am, there's $20 bills falling out of the bag." So the old lady says, "Oh, really? Damn it." She said, "I better go back and see if I can find them." And thanks for telling me, officer, she says. Officer says, whoa, not so fast. Not so fast now, he says. You see, and he says, "Where did you get all that money?" He said, "Did you steal it?" And she said, "Oh, no, she says. "You see, my backyard is right next to the football stadium parking lot." She says, "On game days, a lot of fans come and pee through a knot hole in the fence." She says, "Right into my flower garden. It used to really piss me off," she says. "It would kill the flowers, And then I thought, why not make the best of it? So now, on game days," she says, "I stand behind the fence by the knot hole," she said, "really quiet, right with my hedge clippers." She says, "And every time some guy sticks a sting through the fence, I surprise him and grab a hold of it," she says. And she says, "Okay, buddy, give me $20 or I'm off it comes," she says. And the cop says, "Well, that only seems fair." She starts laughing. He says, "Okay, good luck." He says, "Oh, by the way, what's in the other bag?" She says, "Well, says the old lady, "not everyone pays up." It's crazy to think that there's an old lady walking around with $20 bills from threatening people, sticking their penises through her fence, and the other one is full of penises, because not everyone pays up. That's so goddamn nasty, but it's also really funny and creative of the old lady to get some money behind it. So that was today's joke of the day. It was pretty funny. I think very clever on her behalf, and I'm going to give that one a thumbs up because I like that one. Thumbs up to you, old lady. So yes. So today's word of the day is
Estival.
Estival. Estival is spelled Estival. So the definition of it is of relating to the summer. So did you know estival and festival look so much alike that you might think they're very closely related? But that isn't the case. Estival traces back to estes, which is the Latin word for summer, and which also gave us estivate, a verb for spending the summer in a torpid state, a sort of hot weather equivalent of hibernating. Festival also comes from Latin, but it has a different and unrelated root. It derives from festivus, a term that means festive or merry. Festivus is also the ancestor of festive and festivity, as well as much rarer festivus, which also means festive and infestive, not merry or mirthless. So there you go, you guys. Estival go out and use it in a sentence and hashtag people talk now, and let me know how you use it in a sentence and hashtag tag me to it on Instagram, and I'll go ahead and share you to my stories. So yes, also you guys, I wanted to say that if you have any jokes or any word of the day that you want me to share in my next video, please email them to me at peopletalknow@hotmail.com, and I'll go ahead and share them on my next video. So feel free to do that. And also, you guys, thank you guys so much for watching today's episode. I had a lot of fun with you guys, and I hope that you feel less lonely and less stressed and less isolated at home today because of this video. And if you really enjoyed it, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. And if you didn't like it, that's okay. It doesn't hurt my feelings, because guess what? I'm happy doing what I love. But if you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. Let me know, so that way I know what you do like and what I could share so that you like, what I could talk about so that you actually like it. And don't forget to share with your family, with your friends, with your loved ones on IG. Just share it, text it to people. You know what I'm saying? Let them feel less lonely and share my video. You know what I mean? So that we don't feel isolated. And yeah. Most importantly, do not forget to hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell notification, so that way every time I post a video, you get notified. So yes, I had a lot of fun today with you guys. And if you watch this whole video and you're just like, who the F is this girl? My name is Vanessa Herrera, and I'm the host of People Talk Now. So thank you guys so much for watching my video, and I appreciate all of your love and support. It's been super fun, this whole journey with you guys. And yeah, episode 51 today. So if you watched all of my episodes up until thus far, thank you to you. I appreciate you for being here, and I love you. So as always, you guys, have a have a kick-ass Wednesday. Bye.